Well, hey there, happy day 868 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting by, doing a video every day, my journey from the offline corporate brick and mortar world of businesses in lots of different industries. Over a quarter century in corporate America, working for some of the biggest corporations on the planet and some family-owned, all different size businesses and corporations, working in corporate America, working for other people, while alongside of that, for like 47 years, I've been building and leading and growing different types of businesses in different industries. Sometimes on my own, sometimes with partners, sometimes with my ex-husband, sometimes with my kids, sometimes with people that I don't even know, joint ventures and things. We've gotten together and done projects and started businesses. Some of those have been awesome, some of those have been absolutely fantastic, and some of them have been a living hell. One of the biggest lessons I learned was if you pick the wrong business partner, it can be mind-blowingly bad, and other people can come up with stuff and mess with you, which is why I'm talking about mess with someone today, in ways that you can't even imagine, because we all think differently, right? Today's idiom for supersize your business was mess with someone. And it's a modern idiom. It's one I could not find. I did research. I couldn't find the actual history of it, where it came from and when it started. I think that things have changed so fast in our world that modern idioms, modern sayings, and modern things are really hard to actually pinpoint when they started, because there's so many references to them. But to mess with somebody, of course, means to annoy, to harass, to bother, to stick your nose in somebody's business, to interfere with somebody in terms of what they're trying to do. And it generally has negative connotations, right? When my children, I have a boy and a girl, when they were growing up and messing with each other, it was usually, picking on one another. They didn't really bully each other, but they would get in little fights, just like my sisters and I did when we were growing up. We didn't always agree. I mean, even in our same family, we don't always agree, and that's just human nature, right? All of us human beings have different ways of looking at the world based on our own experiences. So messing with someone, I twisted that and turned that around and flipped it to say, for the business piece, how could you mess with people in a positive way to make sure that that benefits your business? And you can do that, of course, by creating a culture that encourages and focuses on people's strengths and make sure they're working in their genius zone and that it's a good fit. You can do that by having a philosophy and a culture of continuous improvement for everything that you do, because most of the challenges that we have in our businesses really are not people challenges. We tend to blame the people, but it's usually a system or a process that we've put in place, or a way we've always done things is a system or a process that doesn't work any longer, and we tend to blame the people instead of fixing the system. So by having a continuous improvement philosophy or a quality focused philosophy and leading with that, and everybody in your organization having that, it almost guarantees that you will be light years ahead of the competition and everyone else in terms of how you're serving your customers and showing up in the world, so that you never have to worry about messing with anyone or the competition or anything. There's positive ways of looking at messing with someone, and there's negative ways of looking at it. Positive ways are entertainment, messing with people in a positive, entertaining way. Comedy is messing with people, right? Is messing with someone. Curiosity, asking questions. Some people think that that's interfering and messing with them, but that's really how we get the best results, is if we evaluate and ask questions about everything. Personal growth and development is a way of messing with someone. Flirting is messing with somebody, right? When you flirt with somebody, you're messing with them. You're not always serious. So we see it in relationships. We see it in tests. We see it in solving problems and coming up with solutions for the people that we serve. But then we also can see it in negative ways by bullying, name calling, controlling, having power over other people, harassing, bothering, interfering with other people's path, their success, what they're trying to accomplish. Guess what? We live in an abundant universe. There's plenty for everyone. There's no reason for us to ever try to stop somebody else from doing the thing that is right for them. And we all get to do the things that are right for us, but we don't get to do it if it negatively impacts other people. So that's, live by the golden rule, be the example and the role model of that for your organization. And your organization might be your family. Walk the walk and talk, don't just talk the talk within your family, within your organizations that you're a member of. Be an example of possibility. Don't be an example of messing with other people just to exercise power or to hurt other people. Anybody that sets out to do harm to another person for whatever reason, that's just plain wrong. People can argue with me all they want, but to hurt other people is wrong in any way, shape, or form, no matter who does it. So definitely have experience with the expression being messed with. Married to a gentleman for almost a quarter century that he loved messing with me. He loved messing with my brain. He supposedly loved me, but he liked to bully, name call, control, put down, degrade, whatever, harass, bother, interfere with, harass, right? or to mess with me. And it's kind of like, with our siblings, we tend to mess with the people we love and care about, which doesn't make any sense, more than other people in our lives that don't treat us nearly as well or as the people that we love and care about. When I was growing up, it was called get somebody's goat. You try to get somebody's goat to irritate them and get them to react. And, or now it's F with people, but get someone's goat. That's an interesting one. My sisters, when I was growing up, used to say, pop the cork. And my dad, when he wanted us to all stop messing with each other, we'd play the game monkey up the flagpole. I actually tried that on my granddaughter not too long ago, and I'm not sure she appreciated the monkey up the flagpole. It's not that good a game with just one person. You need like a bunch of kids that are going crazy to play monkey up the flagpole. So messing with someone. It's Sunday. I'm not messing with very many people today. Probably not messing with anybody today. We're still doing a little bit of physical distancing in my area. Not a whole ton, but some. But for some of us, we are personally physically distancing because we know that we are more at risk than other people if we get sick. Now, it's not just COVID-19. I do it all the time with just the regular flu. Because when I get sick, I get really sick, and I have a compromised immune system like so many others. Not super compromised, but compromised enough that I don't want to get sick. And so I'm going to continue to be vigilant and do what I do. I actually did read the CDC recommendations today, which were like interesting but not very helpful. Go outside. We've been doing that all along. Wear masks if you go inside. Yep, been doing that too. But I'm just not going very many places. And that is by choice. I don't need politicians to tell me to take care of myself. I like to think it's common sense, but then again, it doesn't seem like common sense right now in our country and in the world is very common anymore. And who's to decide what is or isn't common sense? Common sense to me might not be common sense to you at all. So working on that. Get Up and Go Challenge, our 40-day Get Up and Go Challenge is on day 14 today. And it's all about options and how you face a challenge, what you do about it. And I introduced a new model, a Venn diagram of a model of the 3 things that you need to consider to guarantee that you're working on something that is absolutely integrated for you and the right thing for you to be doing. And then we'll use that model tomorrow to analyze the alternatives and the options, the infinite options that we brainstorm out today. Fun challenge, day 159, I believe, doing a 365-day challenge to do one fun thing every day. And I am so glad. I didn't know in January that doing one fun thing every day would be a great idea, but boy, do I know in June that it was a super good idea because I'm hanging out with my granddaughter every day, and it's important that we find things that are fun every day, fun and creative, and that keep us going and active. And I will admit that if I didn't have my granddaughter every day, COVID would have really been a much bigger, much harder challenge for me personally. So focus on what is working, what you can do, what you're grateful for, and go out and have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow with another update. I'm actually working on a branding masterclass and a branding coaching program, not for myself, but I'm taking someone else's right now for the Get Up and Go Challenge to figure out how to get that out there, how to brand that, how to share that with people. And I'm kind of killing off Pajama Grandma. Don't know if you've noticed, but not showing up in my pajamas anymore, not saying, hey, my name is Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, also known as Pajama Grandma. I've kind of just stopped doing that as I transition and grow. And guess what? As I actually be 100% more of me. Pajama Grandma is definitely me. It's so me. It's kind of scary, but it's also just a part of me. And it's a part of me that not that many people can relate to. Now, I think over the last few months, a lot of people could relate to it, but not in the way that I wanted. I wanted people to think of Pajama Grandma as the ultimate freedom to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whomever you want, wearing whatever you want. And that message worked before COVID, but once everybody got stuck at home and were stuck in their pajamas and with their families, and not stuck, but got the opportunity to experience their relationships with their close-knit people, it didn't seem like the right fit. So I just sort of let it fizzle out and disappear along the way. So I need a new name for my podcast, people. I've got 3,100 episodes in there now, and that sounds like a lot, but if you do them every day and you share them every day off your Facebook Lives, it's an easy way to create content. And before you know it, you've got a whole lot of content. But my number one mistake with content has been that it hasn't been focused on one thing. And I personally have resisted that, like so many others before me, and that will do the same thing after me, even though we all preach it. I didn't, as I came online, focus on one thing. Guess what? I didn't do it offline either. I always had a lot of businesses and and jobs in corporate America and things going on the side. I never was doing just one thing. And I think that was a mistake in the offline world as well as in the online world. But I was, lost in looking for my passion. I spent 25, 30 years trying to find my passion and find myself, only to discover, following my sudden cardiac arrest, that my purpose, my passion is to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be and experience this life as only I can experience, just like your purpose is to experience your life as only you can experience it. And each one of us are going to have a different journey, but the choices and the challenges and the things that we face along the way are the purpose of our life, to become the best possible version of ourselves. So that's it. Go out, have an amazing day. I'm going for a walk before I do anything else today because it looks like another gorgeous day, and I want to make sure I take advantage of it. Yesterday was a gorgeous day, and I didn't get out and do enough outside. I need to get outside every day. It's another thing that's helping me keep my COVID sanity. All right, if I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.